Fantastic weekend of sports at home.
Everywhere.
At home.
Everywhere.
Even in the Premier League, to be honest with you,
everywhere.
My whole mind yesterday was the Merseyside derby,
yeah,
and City Arsenal. I did not even think of other games that were going on, which were absolutely crazy as well.
Oh, no, you didn't watch Saturday's games.
Of course I did. I'm talking about Sunday.
This is your opportunity to apologize to the resistance when we were telling you that there's no way Rosinho will leave that place with 3 points. We told you that Rosinho will collect it. We told you that Rosinho.
Chelsea was the better side of the day now.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day,
United had only one shot.
At the end of the day,
Chelsea had 21 attempts, although no shot.
Those ones, are those still shots? This is the doing was those shots.
They had most of the.
They had most of the possession.
Because in the whole ball, let me say you know what you do.
Look,
I told you, we told you that Man United is better than Chelsea.
See. That Man U result is not something to build on. It's not something to.
What do you mean?
The result is.
What do you mean?
No,
the result
it's a false dawn.
No,
we've been here before.
What do you mean we've been here before?
When
last were you here?
If we lost to a team like Leeds and we are beating Chelsea, we are still not where we.
No, but although I would have preferred to lose to Leeds.
Are you joking?
Beating Chelsea at home was 2-6. We were Leeds 1-0.
Exactly. Back-to-back victories.
First time this season.
Convincingly.
Are you playing with Leeds? Daniel Farker for the first time. His team is not going back. Come on.
And I think look at Forest whipping.
This guy's mother died. Burnley. Elliot Anderson's mother.
Yes, very moving. You know.
And guess who City's game in hand is?
Burnley.
So it's as much as given.
Burnley is the game, not Crystal Palace.
It's Burnley on Tuesday or Wednesday.
But I was watching.
But the game they had, they've not decided. The Palace game, they've not decided.
No. This is the game.
It's Burnley on Wednesday.
This is Burnley game.
It's Burnley.
It's the Crystal Palace.
Their game in hand is Burnley on Wednesday. They're playing on Wednesday against Burnley. I don't know they'll play.
No, that's normal. But this one is the game in hand.
Their game in hand is Burnley on Wednesday. City is playing on Wednesday. Nobody else.
Crystal Palace game is normal schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their game in hand is Burnley, which is
we can assume.
We can, because before they went into yesterday's game, it was goals was 38-35. So they scored one more goal than Arsenal. So that takes one goal away from Arsenal.
Yeah, making
37.
37-36 now.
37-36. Yes, I mean 37-36.
No, whatever happens, if City beats Burnley, City
they
go
top.
Once they go
for goals,
even if it's one goal, they score.
Because they scored more goals.
They go top. Whatever happens, they go top.
Whatever goes.
So right now,
Advantage City.
Again, like I always say, a game in hand doesn't.
This is Burnley for Christ's sake. This is great. See, and City's precedence getting into this form at this tail end of
I'm not
the
saying
season.
City will not be, but I'm not saying until I see the result on the board.
They will beat Burnley.
Let me take my word for it.
They will beat Burnley. I doubt they will beat Burnley. Burnley, which is Burnley wonderful. Nothing. But whether City will now end up winning the league title at the end, Opta still give Arsenal. They still give Arsenal a 73% chance of winning, and I'll explain why.
Opta has been wrong before.
No, DP, of course, my computer now. City are playing after Burnley. All the other games are against teams in the top 8.
Okay.
Yeah. All Arsenal's games from this weekend are teams in the bottom half, from 12 and below. In the bottom half, thank you. In the bottom half, to put it simply. So Arsenal can still win it.
All I will say is, if Arsenal don't win this title, I believe they will win it. They don't win. You remember that it's Spaniards, his own country people that do one like this.
Oh.
Bournemouth last week, now Spaniard.
Okay.
Spaniard people. This is your own people that we do.
It is the mentality of this team.
Yesterday, I have no.
Exactly. They played better than they had in the last few weeks.
They played
yet lost.
I know we've not gotten to the analysis, but 2 mistakes Arsenal has made, right, in that game. For the 2 goals, there were 2 mistakes. Easy, obviously, for the first goal. But the second goal was the same thing that happened last week against Bournemouth. Their right winger never tracks. That was Noni. Noni gave this guy quite a lot of problems for this first goal they conceded. And the funny thing was, a similar thing happened in the reverse fixture against Burnley. They won that game 3-2. I watched Carragher analyzing it. It was the same pattern. The goal City scored, it was the same thing, because Odegaard was pointing to O'Reilly. That O'Reilly, look at O'Reilly. Even before the pass got to O'Reilly, Martinelli ignored him.
Martinelli had a dreadful game.
Ignored him because everybody was just looking forward.
He was absent.
And ignored him. And then when it happened, they were like, what happened?
Inquisition.
But you know one guy that
Martinelli was the right winger. O'Reilly was the left. No.
You have to take responsibility
sometimes on the
play. Players have to take responsibility.
Trust on the field of play. Listen, not matter of no.
Come to the microphone.
Odegaard,
Trust.
Before he says Arteta's fault, Odegaard pointed to him, follow him, and then he refused to follow him. So Arteta, the captain who is representing the coach, has told the player follow, but the player refused. Is that still the coach's fault?
All right, now let me tell you why it's Arteta's fault. So yes, Martinelli didn't track, but you need to understand wingers on the left and on the right track back differently. Now, Martinelli over the season, normally a coach that knows what he's doing, right? What they do is that their wingers invert and at times they change position. So if you see Saka and Martinelli, Saka plays on the right from beginning to the end, Martinelli plays on the left from beginning to the end. There is no point where you see Martinelli switch and Saka switches. Now, that is because Arteta in his own wisdom feels like it is fine to play one system from beginning to the end. So Martinelli is not used to playing to the right. So what you do in a high-stakes situation, you chuck off Noni and put in Martinelli, who is clueless on what to do on the right. So that is Arteta's fault.
So the question about Noni last week, was it Noni also key to the goal?
No, the point is Noni was injured. I can even excuse Noni for the performance against City.
Bournemouth, not City, Bournemouth. Noni did it twice against Bournemouth. The reverse fixture and that same game.
That's in it. No, I can blame Noni for that. I'm talking about this Martinelli on.
I'm saying that's simple. Arsenal wingers don't seem to track back.
Arsenal wingers track back.
Even Eze, the first goal, Eze didn't put enough pressure on the opponent. If he had, Chucky wouldn't have gotten the ball easily. So that would have been a different ball. So all his attacking players just attack.
You're taking away from Chucky's.
No, before Chucky got the ball. Before he got the ball, if Eze had put some pressure, Chucky would have gotten. I agree.
So before Chucky got the ball, when Chucky got the ball, like there were situations where that could have. So that phase of play was far away from the goal. Chucky had, that goal, in any goal, there will be one person that didn't do one thing. So that I can't necessarily say that, I can't blame that on Eze.
I think Chucky's goal
was leave it. Anybody would have scored that, leave that goal.
Again, before anything, like you said, before anything happens, is that the goal? So Chucky's goal was a beautiful goal. Once he got to the ball. But I'm saying before Chucky got the ball.
No, I agree. The point is, that's why I say for any goal there will always be one individual
to do.
No. So again, like Michael said, there were two things. Number one, Kushanov did not pick his marker at the beginning. Kushanov didn't pick, so Kushanov should have seen what's there and put small body there. Number two, the first touch of Donnarumma was good. It was the fact that he didn't read the gap, which was a mistake.
It was too slow.
Yes, we agree. But I'm saying that the other thing in the sequence was good. It was just persistence of it was good. And Raya made the same mistake now. How long was it just that quick?
Yes, Raya. I don't know. For the past few, you see, for the past few games, I just think Raya has been off it. I don't know why.
Right,
I don't know.
You know what? Let's hold our horses. Traditionally on Monday, we delve into NPFL. So we'll come back to discuss all things Premier League and NPFL. European Football League. But I mean, this weekend too was just as eventful as anything. This was week 35, yes. So we have three games to go.
Yep.
I mean, Kano Pillars, where they get this run of form beating.
We need to
Remo also won 3-0.
Rangers to beat or
advantage Rangers for
advantage Rangers. So I mean, the league title is the league.
Next week they can drop points.
Advantage Rangers still.
No, I think that we have to look at the last three games, where they are going to, who's going away, what each team needs.
Okay.
To be able to know if it's advantage or not.
Rangers are on 59 points now.
Rivers dropped points.
They lost 58. Then the Ikorodu City and Abia Warriors lost Abia 55 points each. Then Shooting Stars won away from home. They're on 54 points. Yeah. So that's the top five.
So Rangers, the next game, they're going away to Bielsa. Right,
relegation threatened. That's going to be tough.
Then they've got Ikorodu.
That's going to be tough. Wow.
Perhaps a draw there. I'm saying a draw.
No, they're going away.
They're going to Bielsa and Ikorodu.
Yes.
Away to Bielsa and Ikorodu. So out of 3 games, they only have one home game.
They have 2 away games.
Wow. And who's their last game?
I'm trying to get the last game. Just it's not there. It's higher up. I get that in a second. I can't find the last game. Okay, the last game is not listed here. But there's Ikorodu, and then there's Bielsa.
Back-to-back away games. Well, how about Rivers United?
Rivers have got Abia Warriors, so that's difficult too.
And Katsina.
At home?
Yes, both of them are home.
Oh, so Rivers should have 2 home games and 1 away game. While Rangers have 2 away games
and 1 home game.
That is the advantage, Rangers.
The peculiarities of the league.
Now, and knowing that both of these games, Bielsa away from home are very difficult. As in Bielsa playing at home are difficult.
They're difficult. And they're fighting for their lives.
Because we are fighting for something.
Yeah, of course.
Katsina are not fighting for anything.
Okay, but they're not going to roll over.
Abia Warriors agreed are fighting for something.
They're fighting for something.
Right? But I'm saying that which one seems easier?
Now, saying this, Rivers
United seems their running seems easier, like City and Arsenal. I think City has tougher pictures on paper. I think Rivers United has the easier running on paper.
On paper.
Yeah. Because Bielsa and Ikorodu City are 2 very tough teams for Rangers to face. But we shall see. One of the things to jump out at me in the news is the Minister of Finance.
Yeah, what you're doing.
Coordinating Minister
of the Economy.
Finally, stepping into this what I call morass, and no, I think it's about time he called his vice president to order. Because I've not met the gentleman, but from the fact that he came on the show and was telling us all sorts of untruths, kind of rubbed me up the wrong way and giving me, dare I say, the wrong impression of him or whatever. So it's time that boxing should get his house in order, starting with the, what they call Nigerian Boxing?
NPFL.
No.
Nigerian Boxing Federation.
Nigerian Federation. Let them get their house in order and let us know what's going on. And then, call themselves to order, then, have a decent, cordial and work out cordial and cordial relationship with the NBBFC, which has been around for a very long time, which is what was established when we had the NBBFC in the studio. So the sooner that is done, the better. What else jumped out in the news sound? There's something else I wanted to refer to.
The prodigal daughter.
The return.
To be honest with you, Favor Philly divides opinions.
Yeah,
she does. So for me, I stick to my guns. I think I like the way the NSC worded their statement. It was more like the prodigal daughter come home, all is forgiven. I hope that is true, but I believe that there's some people in power that have treated that girl abominably, shabbily, and I'm sure they won't treat their own children like that, but it is what it is. You understand?
And by the way, the game is not done yet. It's still going to cost.
Yes, stock is still
exactly. So
you understand? So
lose.
Whatever.
Well, perhaps it's looking like that, but let's see.
When I say they will lose, I'm not saying they will lose because if you read the story, if you go through the report of
the
all
reason World Athletics
World Athletics gave, and you look at the athletes.
I understand what World Athletics. They basically against Turkestan in the first place.
It looks like a mercenary.
To do with Favor herself. It's all about Turkey. It's about
because
Turkey.
I think one of them won a gold medal at the last Olympics.
The Kenyan,
right? No, even about the Jamaican.
Okay.
Like so, what Turkey did was they picked athletes who are already at the top and athletes at the bottom with a lot of prospects. Like, so they picked 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, because Ophelia is around 22, thereabouts. So they're picking athletes who are in the time
they use that, it's like a computer catfishing or something like that.
Yes. So they're picking both the freshest talents coming out and the ones who are already at the top. And they even said the last event Turkey went for, the last major event they went for, but I think World Athletics Championship.
They were dreadful.
They were dreadful, and most of them are not born in Turkey. They just
are already, so it's like you don't even train with. That's true, which is you're even denying your own talent and you're not here.
That's why what I'm saying.
I get it. So for me, that one is, I have nothing against the World Athletics. You understand?
They're fine with World Athletics.
Sorry,
they're fine with calling out mercenaries.
Well, that's Turkey. They're addressing Turkey.
No, they're addressing the athletes.
No, well, for me,
the athletes are mercenaries.
Because
the rule says you must use 3 years.
Whatever they call them, but my own is what I'm looking at. What has driven and put Favor Philly in this situation that she's even willing to.
No money.
Well, I don't think so. As I said, that's where we differ. But as I said, it's a Monday morning. Let's not. There's so many things. So let's not. What else is there's something else that? What can you say about Harry Kane? I mean, 32 Bundesliga goals. I think he's got like over 50.
He's 9 shots of beating Lewandowski's current record. Goals in a season, 41.
41 in the Bundesliga.
Yeah. So goals in a season, 41 goals in a season. Robert Lewandowski. So Harry Kane is
in the league as a league. Wow. Okay, he broke Gerd Muller's record.
I watched Eintracht Frankfurt and RB Leipzig this weekend.
Okay.
And while I was watching it, the guys I was watching it, someone said, no wonder Harry Kane will score 40 goals.
That's for sure.
Jan Diomande. So Jan Diomande scored the opening goal for for Leipzig in that game.
Okay.
And it was too easy.
Like more of a solo goal.
Yes, he carried ball. Even he was like, somebody, who should I pass to? Nobody. He just cut it back.
And nobody put in the tackle.
Not
with his weak
Harry Kane don't go score 40 goals.
What the Bundesliga, it seems slower in pace.
No, it is.
But it's more technical.
Hey, but so I mean, Sancho was a superstar in the Bundesliga.
Exactly. Sancho went to
Sancho.
Lewandowski is a superstar every league he's gone to.
Yeah, that's Lewandowski. That's Lewa.
And don't forget, Germany won the World Cup with a number of their players featuring in the Bundesliga.
Yeah,
so again, like I think it's very technical because Wirtz is a very
look at Wirtz. Yeah, Wirtz has come to Liverpool and we're barely seeing.
No, but you know he has the talent.
Yeah, but
the game is faster. The game is quicker. Yeah, he has less time.
And that's why he has put on a little weight.
He's actually improving right now.
He has put on a little weight. I know, because the physicality
more muscle,
there's more muscle, needs a bit of it. But yeah, I think there's no time for us to take. We can't take because we have a break. We can't take medicine. I'm happy for the CAF Champions League final.
Oh yes.
And I say it because Sundowns, the investment we sent, it's even good because one of our teams lost to Sundowns.
So I have no memory of that.
I'm proud of the Nigerian side.
Like we lost to finalists.
Yes, I'm proud of it. Yes,
I want them to win.
I think that's back-to-back years.
Yeah.
For Sundowns. Yeah. And that tells you how they
back-to-back, but they didn't win it last year.
They didn't win it. They lost.
The consistency is amazing. Maybe it's like a prophecy.
Last week you made a bold prediction. It did not come to. It did not come to the whole.
What was the bold prediction?
That Man United will lose to Chelsea.
No, in me, I
was not said it too.
You said Carrick was a useless manager now.
I never say useless, but I don't want him.
Okay, you say Carrick is not a good manager.
I never say. I say I don't want a permanent manager.
You said the two managers the battle of two Mumus.
Yes. It was at the
end of the day, what happened?
One Mumu get one shot score, the other Mumu they hit crossbar, they miss. Don't get any shot.
Man, you winning that game doesn't mean Carrick is now good.
Exactly. That's Chelsea's fourth league.
Let's do that.
Fourth league.
Let's do NPFL.
Chelsea has not kept a clean sheet in 23 games.
Let's do the NPFL.
NPFL.
We're coming back. I know. We're coming back for it.
It's all right. It's okay. All right. So, okay, if I'm going to ask both of you now,
how does a team play 35 matches and score 37 goals, concede 37? How?
Let me ask you guys now. Who do you think is going to win the league?
My money is still on Rivers United. My money hasn't moved.
Rangers. Enugu Rangers.
Rivers United. I go for it.
Enugu Rangers.
Enugu Rangers.
I don't want to let them expose us. That's why you're Rubas. Enugu Rangers.
And proudly so.
So Enugu Rangers.
I think I'd say Rivers United.
Okay, to go down, go. You say Rivers. Fine, what do you think?
I think Rivers.
Rivers. Okay, yeah. So that's 2 Rangers, 2 Rivers. To go down.
Man,
somebody's got to go down now.
I know Kun Khalifa will go down. I think.
Where are they right? Are they bottom?
18th.
No, they're 18th.
40 points.
So okay, let's start with the bottom team.
Wiki.
I don't know
40 points.
Bottom.
There's not the bottom because 18, 19, 20 are on the same points.
Okay.
Same games played. Same number of games played.
I'll call boldly. Warren Wolves, Kun Khalifa.
Okay, let's look at their goals difference. Let's look at bottom team.
-6, -6, -6, and -7.
You know how exciting it is? That Kun Khalifa in 18th had 2 goals shy of Shooting Stars. They scored 35 goals. Shooting Stars have scored 37. Considered 37.
Who does that? Anyway,
I'll go Wiki Tourist. Sorry, I'll go Warri Wolves, Kun Khalifa, and Wiki Tourist. And Bayelsa United.
So in short, you go the bottom 4
cities, yes.
So you think Ramos escape?
Yes. I want Ramos to escape.
I saw 2 saves on Saturday. That's the only thing of note to talk about from that game. It was very, very boring. Leno. Then that save.
Keeper. Yeah.
It's German.
Fulham.
Fulham's keeper, sorry. That save. And then Leeds goalkeeper to pulled off something similar.
Yeah.
Against Wolves.
Dallo.
Which save do you think is better?
I think the Leeds for me.
The Leeds Dallo save, because
yes,
it was leading one way.
The Leeds for me.
It was to his left, and then but Lenno's 2 was directly at him. I don't know.
No, I'm going to go Dallo for me. Dallo.
You know,
and there's stories coming out from that Wolves game, right? I cannot confirm it. We're still trying to get confirmation. Has to do with the Nigerian. He was dropped for that game because of an altercation between himself and Matheus Mane.
Really?
Haven't confirmed it yet.
Okay.
Trying to confirm it.
We have a young Nigerian there,
yes. Tolu Arokodare.
Okay.
So I'm trying to confirm the story. Okay, when I confirm the story, I saw the story this morning on social media. I've been trying to get the update on it.
Then, sorry, this wasn't in the news sound, but Aon Kelechi Iheanacho scored a brace for Celtic. In the Scottish FA Cup final. Amazing game.
Semi-final,
sorry. Amazing game at 2-2 full time. And then
Kelechi is a cup specialist.
He's
a cup specialist
at Leicester.
Then they now banked in 4 in 6 minutes in the first half of extra time. Absolutely amazing.
Saw quite a lot of good football. The Copa del Rey final was brilliant.
And Lookman scored again, did he not?
Yeah, Lookman did.
Yeah.
But his side lost.
I know.
And the coach became the first American to win a European title.
Oh, really?
So Sociedad's coach, he came in at the time when they were going through problems, stable the ship, now they're fighting for European place.
Right.
And he's won the trophy.
Okay.
So very good one. It was a very good fight. I saw the Lyon game yesterday with PSG.
Lyon, 2-1.
So it was on
five draws in a row. The longest drawing streak since 1969 or something. They would have gone past Chelsea's.
They're tied on points. I think about 4 teams tied on the same amount of points.
Yeah, Brentford.
About 14. Brentford, Bournemouth.
48.
Yes, Bournemouth is on 48 points.
Yeah. But Bournemouth. Who did Bournemouth beat again?
Newcastle 2-1.
Bournemouth, they're just that team, man.
Eddie Howe either needs to leave or find a way to rejig his team.
But you know
so
what?
Here it is. There's Chelsea on 48, Brentford on 48, Bournemouth on 48, and then Brighton on 47, Everton on 47. So the Bournemouth game, Bournemouth are unbeaten in 12 Premier League games.
13 now.
13.
The longest streak in
13 games. Although a lot of those games
are draws.
Yeah, but funny enough, what they've done now, 7 draws, 6 wins. Not bad.
That's not bad.
I was going to mention something about the United game. Yes, that's what I was trying to think of. Carrick has just continued what United's tradition is, counter-attack. I think what United's strength is counter-attacking. So when a team, so a team comes to them, United play better when the team comes forward. Then they hit them on the counter. When a team sits back, United struggle to break that team down.
But there are teams you need to dare to dominate.
But I kind of disagree. That's with that tradition after post-Fergie.
Yeah, but even Fergie.
In some games.
He used to dice games against Arsenal.
Yes,
against
Liverpool. Counter.
He will counter. You sit back.
You don't
concede possession.
Yes. Go for Rooney, Ronaldo, and Tevez or
But other teams will blow them.
You don't play Blackburn and soak up pressure.
Exactly.
Well, but that's how the United, because generally, look at United's best chances in that game. They were from quick turnovers, quick transition.
Quick chances?
No, United had...
What game are you watching?
No, United had chances. No, United had chances.
United had one shot on target.
Not shot on target. No, you're not looking at... outside of the shot on target. United created another thing.
No. I have no memory.
They did not go to the other side.
Bruno was very, very quiet.
Did they go to the other side?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. No, I'm sorry.
I haven't seen. I know watch this.
Yeah, we know what happened.
I know watch this. I see United go the other end.
Yeah, I did see.
And everything is when they turn over.
I think the problem they actually tried, but the problem was the final third. The final third was actually the problem. But they were actually threatening at some point. But it's
threatening to do what?
To score. Brian Mbeumo final third decision.
Mbeumo has fallen off.
You see better, but I tell you one thing. Sesko didn't really do anything in that game, but he did one thing, and I loved the dummy for Kenya's goal.
No, it wasn't even. It wasn't a dummy. It was a dummy.
This guy said he was fighting with him. Do you understand?
Okay.
Which he was battling, was wrestling with Sesko. Caicedo was wrestling with Sesko. And he ignored the ball that went past him he would have been able to clear the ball. So that's the whole idea of fighting.
Again, like I said, Chelsea can do all this because United played a makeshift back four. Chelsea, that's a makeshift back four. Apart from maybe two of those.
Adrian haven't had a good game, yes.
And Mazraoui playing in a position.
Yes,
again, like I said, Chelsea brought in their I don't want to call him Bulldog, but the person that was just rammed through everybody, Liam Delap. Okay. And he couldn't even chance those two.
But you know the player that I love and I so love, Chelsea fans, I just want to use this opportunity. Let me ring the bell for you guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks for the 40 million.
Thanks for the 40 million. Garnacho was significant in two moments. Last season, Garnacho failing to mark what's Chelsea's captain's name?
Enzo.
No, last season.
Rhys James.
For him to square the ball to Cucurella, Garnacho lost him for him to make that cross.
And this time around,
he lost Fernandes. He didn't fit to the attack. Fernandes, when last did you see Fernandes beat a man? When you say nobody Garnacho, I was
actually afraid when he came on. I was thinking, this thing could be written in the stars. This guy could just call.
Any Chelsea fan that can call you this one and tell me that you are happy than with Garnacho, I will take you to lunch. If you can say, I will carry you to lunch anywhere. If you can say from your mind that you're happy you bought Garnacho, it's been valuable to you. Nonsense.
The WhatsApp is we're having challenges with our WhatsApp this morning, so we'll have to rely on only 4 lines this morning if you can put your call through. Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City, Arsenal.
Yeah, I'd like to say something about Haaland. I used to hate Haaland, not hate as I want him gone or whatever. But as a footballer, I'm not a bit, but he has gone up in my estimation. Why? Gabriel could have been sent off yesterday. Because he nodded, he made that nodding.
Yeah.
I feel I've seen for schools, for instance.
Go down for less.
No. Taking a swipe out. He missed by a mile. The referee sent him off, I
didn't know it was actually Young yesterday opening here. Gabriel is going out.
Because they would have gone down.
Because but Haaland, which they worry, they went at like men and watching the Sky Sports studio, yesterday night. Vieira, Keane, they said they liked the pulling and
I did enjoy it. I
loved it.
And I've heard people criticize it in time past, and I said, look, we always celebrate Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. These guys are just doing the same thing. So why are we criticizing the two of them? They can as well go. As long as
nobody could. I could.
No, because before when you're doing true boys, two of them know what to whisper to each other.
Yes.
And remember, I thought Saliba would have been the weaker link for him to go to, but he stayed with Gabriel. And I think one of the pundits said that look, it seems as if Gabriel brings out the best in him.
He does. I'm telling you.
If he doesn't have
even that goal, Gabriel was on him. Even that goal, then got down to. And then I love what Gary Neville said, but yeah, that it could have been a red card that he pushed his head out to Steve Bapanaman in a United City derby and he got sent off. So Roy Keane said, yeah, but your head is bigger. And you've got a lot more weight in it.
But I also think that one of the problems Arsenal, maybe the reason why I agree the manager takes the blame is the fatigue the players are going through. Because you can tell that a lot of the players are now really tired.
Yeah, but
he made his choices now.
No, it's not an excuse.
If you want to win treble, you have to
have a larger squad.
It's on Arteta actually.
No,
so you're using Eberechi. Eberechi is more of an inside forward.
But yes,
and he plays better when he's closer to the striker or closer to the player.
Listen,
the only shot he played.
But yesterday, you guys are forgetting he's playing City. You are mentioning like as if he was playing. Actually, he played 2 attacking midfielders. If you remember, he's played. When was the last time he played Eze and Odegaard in the same team? He took a risk. Again, you are saying he doesn't take it. He's taking a risk, and the risk backfired. Because number one, City were controlling possession. Bernardo Silva, for me, Bernardo Silva could have been man of the match in that game.
He was man of the match.
Of course, he was man of the match.
He was man of the match.
So he was everywhere. Bernardo Silva was. Remember, Bernardo Silva was the last man when Haaland used the wrong word to describe him as Cannavaro, because he was the last man. He still cleared the ball, so he was everywhere. Does Arsenal have a player in that mode? No. And this is not even a matter of Arteta. There was no player in that mode that would do what Bernardo Silva did yesterday. Generally, Odegaard, I'm telling you the one I showed what Odegaard did. Odegaard, the captain, is telling you do this, and you did not even do it.
The thing is, if you're starting Eberechi Eze, Odegaard, and the two together at the same time, and you're using fullback, that means you don't have people that can actually run around in the midfield already. Eberechi Eze won't give you the work rate of Rice. Same thing as Odegaard. They can't mark, they can't really run around. And so if you're already using two fullbacks, Nkapie and Mosquera, these people, these two fullbacks cannot attack actually.
No, so what do you mean?
What's up with Cafiori? Is he injured?
He's injured.
Okay.
So he's been in and out of injuries. Generally, what he's doing, he's playing 4 central defenders, right? So it means that Arsenal has done it at the start of the season and it works very well. When you play 4 central defenders, it means that naturally they can mark and stop people from passing. So it gives your attacking players the liberty to now go forward. And that's why I ask, when they give them the freedom to go forward, how many chances did they even create? Outside of the fact that there is Arteta, I agree. But okay, they've given you people full back. So Mosquera.
So you agree with him taking off Eze yesterday?
I agree. Personally, I keep thinking that number one, I keep saying that Eze doesn't hold on to the ball long enough to let other people get. Odegaard does that. Odegaard can hold on to the ball for a few seconds and let people enter into position. Eze, immediately gets the ball, wants to release it or wants to shoot. And normally you need people to hold the ball so they can run into position. Because Man City, everybody could hold the ball. Nobody was out. The only person that wasn't touching the ball was Haaland.
The other games to talk about. Let's leave the Arsenal, the City Arsenal. But I'll ask you, title City Arsenal.
I thought this was going to happen. I still think Arsenal win the league.
City.
I still think both of them will drop, but I'll still go for Arsenal.
Same, funny enough, Arsenal. I still feel Arsenal can. I don't know why.
City but I precedence more comfortable. They have no reason to look behind them.
All of a sudden now, City are not chasing the treble. Weird.
What treble?
FA,
the domestic treble,
continental, and
There's nothing like that. Well, the domestic treble.
Yeah. There's a domestic something like that.
There's domestic treble. Yes, there is. Okay, there is.
They won the treble we're talking about before.
Yes, they have.
Now they're looking for a domestic
treble, and God forbid that they get it. But I have to, as I said,
I would rather Guardiola 10 times than Arteta.
Why?
Please, Arteta, these guys they won't let us walk. They won't let us walk on the streets of Lagos.
I think Arsenal, for me, have been very close a few times. And to be fair to them, they've been going to be this consistent for 4 years. I think they've been one of the best teams. So I'm waiting for them to win.
I think it's on them. They have to lift themselves up.
City are what? 6 in 9 now.
No, what, league titles?
Yeah.
5 in 6 or 6 in 7. The only time they didn't win it was when Liverpool won it.
Liverpool won it twice.
Twice.
Liverpool won it twice.
So and because they did 4 in a row. And then after that they did
4. Liverpool stopped them. Then they did 2. Then Liverpool won it.
So that's like 6.